Hello everyone. In last video, we were discussing the classification of system. Now, in continuing to that, let us take the next classification. Next classification is that any system can be classified as time varying system or time invariant system. Now, how we define this? Any system whose behavior is independent of the time is known as the time invariant system. What it means? That the system's behavior remains same at whatsoever time we see. It does not changes with the time. But that in another way around, we can say that if we apply an input xt and system is producing the output yt, then the time shift in the input signal should produce identical time shift in the outputs. That means if we give an input xt to yt and now we apply this input after some delayed time or maybe advanced, that is time shifted, then in the output signal there should be equally delayed or advanced. Like if we graphically visualize that, suppose this is some system. To this I am giving this square wave from 0 to 2 and it is giving me some kind of output like this, 0 to 2. It can't be any system. Now I give this input from 2 to 4. I have shifted this by 2 units. Then the output should also get shifted by 2 to 2. That is the identical time shift should be there by 2 units only. Right? If it is more than that, less than that, or different than that, or the signal shape changes, output signal is also looking the same. Right? There is no change in the behavior, no change in the time axis or amplitude axis. Then we say the system is time invariant. But if it is changed, we say system is time variant. That is the how we define this. Now, how we check this is that we say yt of t should be equals to yt minus t. Now, what it means? Yt of t is the output of the system to which we apply a time shifted input. That is, now suppose the system is producing output yt for xt. Now to the same system we apply some time shifted input xt minus t. Then what is the output that we calculate? And another is we have already obtained the output yt for xt signal. Then we introduce the identical time shift t in the output. If both are same, that is the output produced due to the shifted input and the output due to the shift in the output, both are same, then we say it is time invariant system. And if it is not, we say it is a time varying system. So let us take some mathematical example to understand this. Suppose the system is yt equals to t square xt. Now, first, what is yt of t? It is yt with xt being replaced by xt minus t. So it is only the xt is replaced because we are introducing time shift in the input signal only. T is not the input. Remember that input is xt. T might be something inside the function, inside the system. So that is, this will become t square x of t minus t. Now, second, what is y of t minus t? Now we are introducing shift by capital T in the output. So this will be done at every t. So t is replaced by t minus t. So this will become small t minus capital T square xt minus capital. Now if we see the equation number 1 and 2, yt of t is not equals to yt minus t. This is not equal. So when it is not equal means this is time varying system. But if they are equal, it will be time invariant system. We can easily see if instead of this t square, if it is some constant over here, constant, then this will become time invariant. You can cross check that, right? Similarly, most of the time, the continuous time systems are generally described by differential equations, and discrete time systems are described by difference equations. That means the output and input relations between any continuous time system is shown like this: d square yt by dt square plus 2t dyt by dt plus dxt by dt plus x. There can be anything. That depends upon the type and the complexity of system. It might be a higher order differential equation, simple differential equation, anything like that. And in case of discrete time, this is difference equation. Like that. Now, in this case, if we check the coefficients, of differential equation or the difference equation, that is this. Here the coefficient is 1, 2t, 1. Here is 1, 5n, 1. If these coefficients are constants, then we say it is time invariant system. But if these coefficients are having the term t or n, then this will be a time varying system. So just by looking at the coefficients of a system equation, if this equation is represented in this way, we can tell whether the system is time varying or time invariant. So that is how we can check for any system whether it is time varying or time invariant. Okay, now the next category of classification of system is static or dynamic system. Now, static systems are also known as memory-less systems, and dynamic systems are known as memory-based systems. That is the another name for static and dynamic systems. Now, how we define? A system is said to be static or memory-less if the response is due to present input only. Response means the output. So if the output of the system is due to the input applied at that instant only, then we say the system is static or memory-less. But if it depends on the past input or the future input, then we say the system is dynamic or memory-based. Because in memory-based means it has to store what was the previous input, what will be the future input. So it has to store that, and then we can say it requires a memory or it is a dynamic system. But if it depends on the present input only, then we say the system is static. So mathematically we can check, like suppose the system is yt equals to 5x t minus any system here. Now what will be the output at y0? It will be 5x minus 3. What would be output at 1? 5x minus 2. At minus 1, 5x minus 2. Now if you look at every instant, this is requiring the inputs at previous value. At 0, we require what was the input at minus 3. At 1, we require at minus 2. So it means it is dependent on past input. So it is dynamic system. Now in this, you have to remember that we need to check at every value, right? We should check at every value that whether it is depending upon the present value only or past or future. So that is how we can easily check. Same is in case of discrete. Like if I say yn equals to n times xn, okay, n square x. Now if we see this, what is y0? Depending on 0, that is the different, this will be 0, or we can say 0 square x of 0. y1, 1 square x1. Y of -1, -1 square x of minus. Now do not think about this part. But what is the input? At 0, we require the input at 0. At 1, we require the input at 1. At -1, we require the input at -1. So it is at the same instant. So in that case, this system is static or memoryless. So that is the simple definition of how we can classify systems into static or dynamic. The other name is memoryless or memory-based systems. Right? Now, another important thing is, as I said, the most of the time the continuous time systems are described by differential equation and discrete time by difference equation. So any system which is described by differential equation would be a dynamic system. And same way, any system which is described by difference equation would be a dynamic system. Why? Because if we know from the basic mathematics, if we want to calculate difference at any point, differential at any point, say dy by dt, what we require? A small strip which you will be showing del y and del x across that point. Del y means the value across that point, just prior to that and just after that point. So it means it requires past as well as future value. So automatically this will become a dynamic system, because for calculation of differential of any point at any point, we require past and future value. Right? So same way that can be, we can say any system, electrical system which is purely resistive would be a static system, because it will not be having any term of differential or integration. But any system which is having our inductor or capacitor, then that will be a dynamic system. All right. So that is the second classic, fourth classification, static or dynamic.